All right, everybody, it's the Fantasy Sports Boss with another fantasy football tidbit for you guys. While I'm driving, I do some of my best work while I'm driving when I'm alone and away from distractions at home, and I can think about some things a little bit more clearly. And one of those things is the free agency and potential future outlook of Jakobi Meyers, the wide receiver from the New England Patriots, who's not going to return based on multiple reporting team, beat reporters and those who cover the team suggest. And he, in a very weak free agent wide receiver class, is set up really good to get possible Christian Kirk money. I know there was a report that came out today that about just, that scenario that Myers could get Christian Kirk money. And for me, in terms of fantasy football, I'm really curious to see where he goes because I am a fan of Myers. He's a former undrafted wide receiver who has made the most of his ability, has developed into one of the better route runners in the NFL, sure-handed guy. Now, last season, he dealt with a lot of injuries, and it was very frustrating. I was a Myers owner in one league. I had to basically give up on him in the second half of the season, A, because of the injuries, and B, because it's just the woeful state of the entire New England passing offense. But now he's got a blessed opportunity to pick his next destination in terms of free agency. And that will allow him the opportunity to put himself in a much better offensive situation, offensive system. So I'm really curious to see where this goes. On that front, if Myers, doing himself justice, has got to pick a place. Now, I know money is going to be a big factor, but he's got to think of a place where he can go that he could really just unlock his optimal value. And in fantasy football, PPR leagues, I think Myers could be a really strong wide receiver 3, could be a low-end wide receiver 2, depending on where he goes. So, the New York Giants need an ace wideout. They're going to kick the tires on Juju Smith-Schuster for sure. That's been a hot rumor all along. But they also have an interest in Myers as well. So I think either one of those guys would fit nicely as the number one target of Daniel Jones. Any of the other prime, teams in need of a wide receiver like the Chicago Bears, they also will likely be looking at him as well. So, I'm really interested to see where this goes with Myers. I'm a big fan of his, like I've said multiple times over. In a PPR league, I think he has the chance in the right environment to catch 90 passes for 1,100 yards and 5 to 7 touchdowns. Think Robert Woods with the Rams, the earlier phase of his tenure with the Rams, not the injury-marred one that got him eventually sent packing, but, the Robert Woods who was a strong to moderate, wide receiver 2. I think Jakobi Meyers could be that in PPR leagues if he ends up in a similar situations like Woods did with the Rams. All right, so that's my thought on Jakobi Meyers. A lot coming up. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. We have the NFL Combine quickly approaching. I'm going to be doing a lot on that. Free agency, more off-season reports on key players, plus the NCAA tournament. I will have a live stream on that, bracketology, the Monday after the bracket is announced, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, guys, we will chat soon. Take care.